Making their way into the arena, ladies and gentlemen, this is class number 259, 259, Fino Fillies, 3 years. Las potrancas finas de 3 años. Ladies and gentlemen, Fedequinas, Colombia, as de silla, and Asokawa, would like to invite you to the first Confepaso Amateurs Mundial event that is going to take place during the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th of the month of June. Asokawa, as de silla, and Fedequinas, Colombia, welcomes you. Honorable judges, the gate has been closed. This is your class. Class number 259, Fino Fillies, 3 years. Riders proceed at the Fino. Fino, please.
For those of you watching at home, this is the Classic Fino division with our little ladies coming in as 3-year-olds. Our Classic Fino schooling 3-year-old fillies, class 259. Again, this judge is This class is judged on 65% classic Fino, 15% appearance, conformation, and of course their way of going, 10% manners, and followed up with 10% on the sounding board.
Hold, please, hold. Paso Fino, proceed at the Fino, please. Reverse, please, reverse.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, you're viewing class number 259, the Classic Fino Schooling 3-year-old filly class. At this point, we're 12 strong. They are doing the rail work. 65% of this class is judged on that rail. We're going to see what transpires. What a beautiful Classic Fino filly class.
You're going to notice because of the age grouping this is with the younger fillies, the majority of them are double reined. That entails they have a bit rein and either a Basel or a Bourbada. That's for training purposes.
Hold, please, hold.
They can go to the bit rein if they need extra headset. They can go to the Basel or Bourbada rein if they need a little bit of extra balance. This is an extraordinary
Fino, please.
3-year-old classic Fino filly class. So you guys are getting to see the best of the best and what tends to be the future of our breed, because these will be our future brood mares.
Proceed at the Fino, please. Paso Fino, por favor.
Sometimes during the class, we get some of the horses kind of bottlenecked up. It is very important, and these trainers all know that, to manage the overall speed of that horse.
Reverse, please. Reverse.
Even on the reverses like they're executing right now, it's very important that they find some real estate that's out there by themselves so that the judges can, in fact, see them.
Beginning with 493, let's have you take the sounding board in both directions and then line up facing your ringmaster, please. 493.
Again, trainers, we want to remind you there is no walking. If you're moving forward, you are in gate.
Let's please move up.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, in the month of June, 14th until the 16th, first Confepaso Pedequinas Amateur Owners World Cup. Azocava and As de Silla welcome you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to get down to the brass tacks. In just a moment, the judges will in fact supply the tabulators with the horses that they would like to see continue. So there's going to be a cut made, and we'll get right into the individual work-offs. We would like to compliment each and every rider in this class and the owners of these beautiful fillies, because they have done a superb job. Let's give them a very nice round of applause. Congratulations to all of you. Now you're sitting back there in one of the other countries and just are introduced to the Paso Finos, and you may say, well, how can they select the top 5, 6, or 7 out of these 12 beautiful fillies? Well, after you've had a little bit of an education, a little bit of knowledge, and a lot of miles in the judging aspect of Paso Fino horses, you start taking the positive aspects of the class, and that one is primarily the classic Fino gait. Who maintained that gait? Who had clarity of gait? Who has the correct overall aplomos or confirmation and tracking as they traverse that sounding board? Who maintained the impulsion from the hind quarter and capped it off with the front feet? That's what you look for in the classic Fino division. Who started out in gait after the halt? Well, these 5 judges are very experienced. I'm sure it was not a very difficult task to come up with the 5 or 6. It is always a little difficult for us to say goodbye to the other ones that don't make the cut, but that's called competition, and that's why we're here at the Spectrum 2019. We again welcome you aboard. If you are just joining us, stay with us the rest of the evening.
And ladies and gentlemen, before we excuse anyone from this Fino 3-year-old Fillies class, won't you put your hands together and let's give them all a well-deserved round of applause, please. Que se oiga, por favor. And exhibitors, if I call your number, you will please step forward. You will continue on in competition. Let's have 342 step forward, please. 342, 342. 365. 423, 423. 424, 424. 603, 603. And 620. Please step forward. If your number was not called, with much appreciation, we thank you for joining us in this event.
All right, attention riders, here is the work-off. We're going to go to the figure 8 poles. We're going to do 2 figure 8s in one direction, then a straight line. Complete that with 1 more figure 8 for a total of 3. You will halt in the center of the figure 8 poles, back up 4 to 6 steps, then proceed to the sounding board and return on the opposite sounding board, all the while demonstrating the classic Fino gait. Bernie will take care of the numerical order. Here we go. Buena suerte.
Okay, folks, let's start off with number 342. 3-4-2. Followed by 3-6-5, 3-6-5 prevenido, por favor. Time out for 4-2-3.
As if we weren't impressed enough already by the technology, they stepped up their game even more and gave us what we would call a hologram of where the horses should be going throughout the figure eight. This aerial view is exactly what helps throughout training sessions, helps with the rider know exactly where they are with the horse, and keeping both circles together and the same diameter over both poles.
Time in for 4-2-3. Reese.
Three, 6-5, followed by 4-23. Ladies and gentlemen, Medellin and As de Silla would like to invite you the 61st version of the Expo Internacional Equina Feria de las Flores, August the 1st until the 4th, Medellin, Colombia. As de Silla welcomes you.
Prevenido el 4-23, por favor. 423, followed by 424, prevenido el 424.
Decimocuarta Mundial de Caballos de Paso con Fepaso, Puerto Rico, noviembre 13 al 17 de 2019. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Coliseo Roberto Clemente. Organiza e invita la Fundación de Criadores de Caballos de Paso de Puerto Rico y Confepaso, 14ª Mundial Confepaso, Puerto Rico 2019.
Four two four, followed by 603, will be next. 620, stand by, please. We're finalizing this with 620. And ladies and gentlemen, just following this event, we're going to have our special evening halftime show with Sylvia Cervini and Ambra Andreen of Cavalia. It's going to be a spectacular show, so please stay put on your seats. It is going to be a very, very beautiful evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you viewing us around the world, again, we're welcome you to the Spectrum 2019. You have been watching Class 259, our classic Fino schooling 3-year-old fillies. We started with 12, and now we're down to 6. The placements are being tabulated. The final results will be here in just a moment. Please stand by. After this class, we have an amazing attraction coming to the arena. It's one of the attractions that we'll have all weekend here in between some of our major events and classes. So you're going to want to stay tuned. For those of you that love to see the different breeds of horses, stay right in your seat. You're going to enjoy this, I promise you.
Bueno, vamos a ver cómo ese público la está pasando aquí en el Spectrum en esta noche. ¿Cómo la están pasando? Oh, eso está weak. A ver, vamos a ver. Vamos a ver si la gente de Colombia dicen presente aquí en esta noche. Y bueno, vamos a ver si Puerto Rico dice presente en esta noche. ¿Y Panamá dónde está en esta noche? ¿Y a dónde están esos cubanos en esta noche? We are kind of weak this evening. Where is Venezuela en esta noche? ¿Dónde está la gente de Venezuela? And where's the United States of America tonight? All righty, well, we'll try this a little later again, see if we got a little more spirit. Yeah, where are the people from St. Louis, Missouri? Rick Meyer right here behind me. All righty.
As we're waiting for the results here of our 3-year-old Classic Fino schooling filly class, did you have a good time in watching these amazing 3-year-old fillies? I'm sure that you did. They were able to perform the figure eights up and down the sounding board, maintaining that Classic Fino gait the entire time. Top quality, superb training. Congratulations to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we call this class, let's put our hands together and give all these riders a well-deserved round of applause, please. Que se oiga, por favor. Sixth place, awarded to 342, Pellegrina Dos de Potrillos. Raúl Sarmiento and Dalini Sarmiento, Miami the owners, presented by Espirigaray. Fifth place goes out to 365, Locura Automática 6Ms. Criadero La M, Miami, Florida, the owners, presented by Alvin Perez. Fourth place, awarded to 424, Discordia de Colores. Hernando Baragaño, San Juan, Puerto Rico, the owner, presented by Josian Rivera. Well, that is Arturito. No, disculpa, no. Third place, awarded to 620, Secuela de Colores. Jose Gonzalez, Anthony, Florida, the owner, presented by Dr. Kelly Cox. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your second place is awarded to entry number 423, Ana Caona de las Delicias. Dr. Kelly Cox and Brenda Self of Anthony, Florida, the owners, presented by Jose Arturo Gonzalez. And ladies and gentlemen, your first place blue ribbon 603 Reina de JH. Jose Torres, Central Islip, New York, the owner. Presented by Jimmy Fino. Congratulations, Jimmy. Carlos Tobonsi, the announcer.